Good afternoon, fellow councillors, municipal managers, CFOs, and colleagues in general. It is an honor for me to stand here, as a participant in this two-day session. When I walked in here, I honestly had no clue what asset management was all about. In my mind, I thought that I knew what is asset management all about, but I've since learned that, I did not know much about asset management. I must indicate that, I have been an asset management practitioner for almost 18 years, but without being aware that what I know is very little. But in these 2 days that I've spent here, I've gained a lot. So in these 2 days, we have learned a lot of things. From starting from yesterday, with the opening remarks that was given by the acting city mayor or the executive mayor, with the article that we also presented in our presentation that we made as MISA, that is citing the negative perception that is given, to not only to the city of eThekwini, but to all municipalities in the country, in particular with regard to the climate change, its impact and what it has done, to the causing to the severity of our infrastructure. We have learned that most of those issues, they're being addressed, starting with the opening of some of the beaches. The executive mayor gave indication of the beaches that will be open, or some of them have already been opened, and others there is a plan to also to ensure that the others are being opened as well. Then Ubaba Usabelo Gwala, from Kokta KZN, he also taught us, there's this keyword that I learned from him, that there are two things: there's heritage as well as inheritance, and all those two issues, they all lead to assets. Because with an inheritance or any inheritance that you receive, that results in being an asset. So those are the key words that we have learned. So those are the words that I'm taking with me as well. And we've also learned that, today that, in asset management, we should be structured, and asset management should be structured. There are processes to be followed. Yes, starting from planning processes as well as their financing as well the implementation. But there's a clear structure that needs to be followed, not how we've been doing it, in the past. So I think one of the key words that I've also learned, I think that's what came yesterday from yesterday's discussion as well as today as well. That asset management, we always thought that asset management lies in the budget and treasury office. It has nothing to do with us. But we have learned that, asset management is everybody's, responsibility. Starting from the, from the planners, those that also approve the budget, including those that approve the budget, those that draft the budget implementation processes in forms of your service delivery budget implementation plan, and also their its implementation. The key focus is also on operation and maintenance team. If you do not have proper operation and maintenance plans, that results, assets to fail. But what we've learned is that as well is that, our operation and maintenance plans, it needs to be cash backed. I think that was repeated this morning as well in the earlier presentation that we've held. The minister, in her address as well, she also indicated some of the important points, which results, which also has given us a homework that we need to change our paradigm shift. We need to understand that we need to invest in people. I think with the presentation that we've held today, that was also cited. I think if she was here, she would understand that, her answers has been responded to. That, we need to invest in people in form of training, programs, capacitate, the people that are responsible for infrastructure and asset management. She also indicated that we need to balance, we need to have this a balance between clean audit as well as basic services provision. Because absence of service provision, that chases away the investors in our towns, in our cities, as well as, especially with the new smart city that you want, we are establishing as a country. So we need to ensure that, we take care of asset management. That becomes our primary role. I think the speakers yesterday and today, they've also given us the tools, systems, as well as the procedures that you can put into place to ensure that, we operate our assets. And I also liked the presentation that was also made by Dr. Pakis, where he also gave us, the tools, the financial commitments that are available, and various funding modules that are available to ensure that we also operate and maintain our assets in form of the MIG top slicing, the setting aside of the 5% allocation so that we can also maintain our existing infrastructure. In conclusion, Chairperson, I would like to give this responsibility to the Budget and Treasury Office. I also like to give this responsibility to Budget and Treasury Office, that they also need to have these sessions should also be extended, in the respective municipalities. As a CFO or deputy CFO, manager that's responsible for asset management, just offer your own internal session. A similar session like this with all your service delivery units, so that they can understand that they also have a key role to play. I think during the tea break, I was talking to one of my colleagues here. I also shared this example with her that I have been in municipalities for quite some time as a technical director. But, I did not even know, my assets, where they were. Some of the sites, when we did the asset verification with AGSA, when we walked onto those plants, we almost saw a grass almost even higher, taller than me. I know that I'm vertically challenged. But, the grass was just this tall. I could not even understand as to how did the people that operated these pumps, how do they maintain these pumps if they cannot even open, the gate could not be even opened for a very longest time ever. So this is one of the issues that shows us that, we have all this infrastructure that we do not know, its condition in the first place. We do not know where is it. So it is important that our asset registers must also be realistic, especially the team in infrastructure or technical services. So with those few words, I would like to thank you all, councillors, MMs, CFOs, and colleagues, for taking time off from your busy schedules. I know that this is a period where we are busy with your audits, but you took time to be here in this session so that you can teach us. You can also, so that you can teach us, so that when you walk out of this session, all of us, we become new people, and you have shared your experiences with us. With those viewers, I'd like to thank you all. Thank you.